you little rats.
Hello, darling.
Riggedy rats. Welcome to the episode. It's a really fun one today. In this episode, I talk about a phenomenon that I'm experiencing to do with Tinder and dating app matches gone and went and how we stay in touch.
Yep. Then I bring in a glitter fantastic bonanza conspiracy that actually has us trembling in our soldier boots, which inspires our silly little hit toots to act like soldiers.
Yes, we also have a gorgeous submission to the hotline that's a bit more earnest. That's about queer experimentation and feeling a bit like you're an experiment for someone.
Yeah.
It's a really gorgeous episode, really fun one. Thanks for being here. Enjoy.
And if you're on YouTube, go and tap that bell. Go and comment a soldier emoji. It'll make sense later, you little legend. Do all the tappity tip tap things. It helps us. We love you.
Welcome to Ratbag, the podcast where we do whatever the fuck we want. My name's Mel.
My name's Sam.
And I promise we won't have that energy for the entire episode. No. I'm just excited to be
As
here.
you should. And I'm excited by your t-shirt, Luce. That's the coolest t-shirt I've ever seen.
What does it say? I don't have my
large
glasses.
sound system. Sorry, you could have answered that.
Dude, I couldn't. I can't read it. But thank you so much.
It's
That's
so
lovely.
groovy.
Where'd you get it from, baby?
I could not tell you. I don't know where it came. It just showed up in my closet one day.
That's so hot, honestly.
That baby you just said was so hot just then. It's not about being hot, but it was hot. I was like, butterflies, butterfly alert.
Butterfly alert. I love a casual baby.
Yeah.
For people who I love.
Yeah.
Nino. Love alert for Lucy. How are you, my girl?
I am fabuloso. I'm in a full Hara set. I'm in a
Gorgeous.
yoga set and I feel very like I'm morphed into this couch ready for any chats that you're going to throw at me. That's my energy. You?
Well, I'm great. I'm great. I've got a cunty little necklace on.
This
from
necklace
this
is
order
so
that
diva.
I'm so obsessed with. I got this not massive order. I just bought 4 necklaces for myself.
Yep.
I don't buy things for myself a lot.
You're brilliant minimalist. It's great.
I don't own a lot of things.
Yep.
And I just had this moment. I got an Instagram ad and I went, do you know what? I've never seen, it's actually not this one that this story is about, but I saw this necklace as a sponsored ad and I went, I've never seen a necklace that is more me. I love it. It sparked joy just seeing it in the ad and I went, I think that's a good enough reason as any to buy it.
Bang.
And I bought these 4 necklaces.
And it's so diva.
Yeah, this is one from the pack.
It's so cool.
Head to the YouTube if you want to see a visual.
Yeah.
Sammy, I have something to talk about today that I have come in red hot.
We've had about 5 knee slaps and so I know this is going to be good.
That is, it's sparked from something we were talking about the other day. Do you remember when we were unpacking our Edinburgh, our Edinburgh from last
Fringe?
year?
Yes.
Our first ever Edinburgh. And it actually, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with Edinburgh. Spoiler,
I was about to go,
alert.
do you want to tell people what Edinburgh Fringe is? You're like, fuck no.
No. But this anecdote came up and it reminded me of a phenomenon that I am guilty of and I must unpack it with you and with Luce and with anyone in the room.
Do you think I'm guilty of it too or just you?
I don't know. Well, this is what I'm curious to know.
Okay.
I want to know if you do it too and I want to know if everyone is doing it too because I actually don't know. But it's a phenomenon for me where, and I think to diagnose it immediately, I think it's a people-pleasing issue.
Okay.
I think it's people-pleasing.
Yeah.
Where people-pleasing for me goes into overdrive.
Yeah.
Is where I stay connected on social media.
Yes.
With people who I have met on a dating app, planned to go on a date with, and this is the killer, but never have. This isn't people who I've gone on a date with, connected with hectically or had a hot make out and then we're like, let's follow each other on Instagram. I go, sure. No. These are people I've never met who we've met on a dating app and something has like, obviously with the Edinburgh of it all, I had this situation where I was chatting to this girl and we were going to like meet up to like spend the night together one night, like hook up and then it kind of fell through and I had this moment of going, well, a regular person would unfollow. I don't know this girl from a bar of soap. We never ended up meeting, but bet your bottom dollar I follow her on Instagram. And not only that, I like her posts.
Yeah, sure.
I'm engaging.
You know what? I understand where you're coming from that. I think it's quasi a patchwork of the people that have come and go in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that that's also okay. I know as well that
is a bit that.
the way you operate is you're not, you know, if someone's not a fuck yes straight away, you're not going to, by the third time you've asked them, be like, should we go on a date? And if it falls through, you're not interested in that.
No.
However, I reckon, I did not articulate that well, but who fucking cares?
I know what you mean.
Beautiful burnt orange and pigtails. I can do whatever I want. However, I reckon there are some people that will keep those people on the gram because sometimes a late night Instagram DM can be like, are you around? Do you want to get a drink?
Totally.
And I think there's still options for
the
people.
open chances. I mean, this one's hilarious because this girl lives in New York. Like,
No,
it's really,
and that's
it's really chance of, and respect to her. She's a really slave photographer, and I think in that specific case, I actually really enjoy like the aesthetic of her Instagram, and I love her photography. I think she's really talented.
Yep.
But what I've broken it down, Sammy.
Tell me.
I've done some homework.
Please.
I've
Let
prepped.
me know. Yep.
Because I have 3 specific examples of this just for me, and they all fall into different genres of how I've acted.
Yeah, sure.
Post the moment where I realised that we're not meeting up.
Post the moment that you're not meeting up. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's less about the follow now. We're talking more about the post
it
date.
is specifically still about having each other on social media. That's still what I wanted to unpack.
Tell me.
Sorry.
Specific to hookups, not to acquaintances or people you meet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Specific to people you meet on dating apps, and we've all done it.
Dating apps.
You dating apps, then you go, do you have Instagram? And it's like, yep. Like, I'm way better over there. Haha is always.
Always, I'm way better over there. Ha. Sorry, Tinder's a bit annoying. Haha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so bad at checking this. Haha. That's a bit of me.
That's a bit of you.
And
Tell me.
It can go one of 3 ways.
Yep.
There's ultimate ghost mode, which is what's happened with Diva from Edinburgh.
You've ghosted, or they?
Both of us,
Yep.
both of us, we've done this exact same thing. We're following each other.
Yep.
I will like her photos, but apart from that, there's no communication.
No.
It's just existing in
Yep.
this like ghost world where you go, maybe we'll cross paths again one day.
Yeah.
Maybe not. And it's worth adding for context. She fucked me over.
Yeah.
Remember?
Absolutely.
And I sent this really like slay like
I was very proud of you for that
boundary-setting message.
It was a great message, and she responded well because it was just such a good message where she went, "You're right."
Yeah.
You're
But
on.
Long story short, I'd sent her this message being like she'd kind of like kept me waiting for like far into the night.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually annoying. And then at the end of the night, was like, actually, I'm probably just going to go home. And I was like, hey, it's actually no worries at all that you had other plans. I was like, it was pretty inconsiderate though for you to not have let me know that earlier.
Yeah.
Because I've been sitting around waiting for you. And
Yeah.
quite frankly, I've got better things to do.
100%.
Like, that was pretty unfair.
Yeah.
And it was so hot. She responded literally being like, this is actually so fair. I woke up this morning and read this and realised how shitty I've been. And I was like, I think maybe that's an element too. I went, character growth. Even for a stranger, I'm like, I'm invested in your journey.
And
where will you go next? Redacted.
Well, but you might not like her, but she's got some shit hot photography of New York. We don't need to see any more banh mi shops in Melbourne. Maybe you want to see the fucking statue of Lip. I'm bringing up a conspiracy later, so maybe I'm already being infiltrated by that one.
Perfect.
Sorry. Okay, hit me.
Okay, so that's the first mode. The
Yep.
second mode that can happen, which is possibly my favourite, is when it's what you were talking about before, you brought it up. There's that hot little door open.
Yep.
The door's left open a bit.
Yep.
I matched with this person when I was working in Sydney, and we were like going back and forth, being like, you're really hot, and being like, you're really hot, and like dig your vibe, and like, I'd love to go on a date, would love to go on a date. And then we quite physically just could not arrange it, right? And then I was like, classic. I was like, I will of course keep following them on Instagram.
Yes. Because also you're in Sydney for work often, so the Sydney door is like an open door that could...
Absolutely. I went for this one. Crazy bold of me, but I had to name it.
Tell me.
They like posted a story where they looked really hot. And I went, hello, just doing my Hinge matches of been and went due diligence to let you know that you look really hot here. And I hope you're well.
Now,
It's the hope you're well.
I'm really, really, really sorry to bring Paul O'Brien into this when we're talking about hookups, but I do reckon you're a bit of your dad.
know I am.
You are a bit of a wordsmith. You kind of pop in like a carrier pigeon.
That was too many words. Doing my Hinge matches of been and went due diligence to let you know.
I think that's beautiful and word painty. What was the response?
I'd love to share it with you. They went, ha ha ha, stop, thank you. I'm going really well. Hope you're also slaying and thriving. And then, wait, also literally stop, just exited out of the DMs to see your haircut, hot and sexy for real. Can we talk about it?
It's giving door has now reopened.
Door reopened.
Door has now reopened.
Consider it reopened.
Next time you're in Sydney, maybe you will.
And that's what we said. We were like, whatever. If like we're in the same city, like that'd be nice. But like, and I can't stress how much none of this is playing in my mind. None of these people. This is one thing. Like, not to be like crass or anything. But I'm like, they don't mean shit to me. Like,
no,
they're just
I know what you mean.
People. But I'm like, they post a hot pic, and I was like, it was more like I was commenting on it as a friend.
Totally.
Like it was more like naming the thing of being like, we matched on a dating app, but also you look really great here.
I think there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, and it being mutual.
Totally.
And then there's the type that isn't mutual. And that's the final type, everyone.
Okay. I was about to go, can I please guess their response? I'm assuming it's no response, but did they have a response? Because I'd love to guess what it was.
No, it's actually the other way round. It's a person trying to open the door with me.
Sure.
And me going, maybe we'll just close that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because we can open and close doors however we need.
Absolutely can. We're adults with free will.
What did they hit you with?
I'm really obsessed with this. This was a guy that I met. Nino, pansexual alert. Everyone's like, what the fuck? This was a guy. Even saying it, I'm like, so incorrect. A guy I was talking to. Sorry. I know, isn't that weird?
I don't even know if I could keep
the energy has just shifted in the studio.
No, sexuality is fluid. I'm being a bitch, but it is really funny. It's like right now you're sitting here going, my husband Jeremy works in a bank, and I'm sitting here going, you don't have a husband called Jeremy, you have a girlfriend called Sarah, carry on.
Literally. Response to this, so I shared something about like performing at a homegrown or something like that.
Hey,
my story.
that'll rip the pants off him. Yeah. Good on you, girl. I'm just singing a song from Dove with my best friend Sam. You up?
And he goes this. You're not ready
he
for
goes
this.
He goes
Who goes
the he goes what?
You guys not ready for this message? This is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Yep. I just unfortunately wasn't keen.
Yep. Too busy doing homegrown.
He responds to my Instagram story. Yep. God, I'm so incredibly flattered and in awe that we matched one day back on a dating app. A while back, sure. And I have had the pleasure ever since to watch you succeed so much. 2 love heart emojis.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's beautiful words of encouragement.
I know.
And you know what's also, is there more to it?
So then I responded.
Well, can I say one thing about it?
No, of course.
What's also gorgeous about that is there's just no interest in you up, want to get a drink. It's, hey, just wanted to let you know that we might have had some flirty banter before, but now I'm cheering you on from the sidelines.
No, you may want to hold that commentary because it does go somewhere.
Oh, you can't trust any men, which is why she's dating Sarah. Can't believe we're talking about your husband, Jeremy. Go on.
I said, oh, do you know what, mate? This is so...
Do you know what? Oh.
Lesbian alert.
The mate.
I said, oh, do you know what? This is so bloody kind. Thank you. You seem like... Because again, we didn't meet. I don't know this person.
Bloody is so, what's the word that's not romantic? The opposite.
Platonic?
It's the most platonic word, I reckon.
I said, you seem like the loveliest person ever. Nothing like the apps to bring people together. Haha. Hope life is treating you well. And then he says... Also, damn, you're still super sexy. So, like, if you ever wanted to talk some more, I'd be so down for that. You're not ready for the closing statement. It's pretty crazy.
And you're a bold person as well. Like, you love a bold, I have a crush on you. So you're a good target audience for that.
This is how the message ended.
Just for the listeners that don't know.
My wife, the theatre superstar.
Wait, I was on it with the husband. Is his name Jeremy? What's his name? Does it start with a J?
I'm not going to say.
It doesn't even matter.
Honestly, but
no, that is bonkers.
My wife, the theatre superstar.
But wait, maybe he said that.
He said that. He's manifesting.
So
you're on his mood board. You're on his mood board. You and the Ride the Cyclone fucking show poster. Why do I feel like he's going to have a journal? It's going to be like, day 1, woke up, went to the art centre with Mel. She was in a one-woman show, gave her flowers, beautiful Eve. I feel like he's writing that in his journal, no?
I'm on the mood board.
You're on the mood board. Mel, that is bonkers.
My wife, the theatre superstar. I went, that is one step too far. I do not know you.
And did you respond? You didn't respond?
I didn't respond to that.
Okay.
Which I think is okay. I don't think that's too
that's
callous. Because I'd
Yep.
said, this is so kind. You seem really lovely.
Yep.
Hope life's treating you well.
Yep. That is so bizarre. It makes me think when you were talking about the people that you follow just because you've matched.
Yeah.
I have one person, I'll call them Beth. Right? I have one person, Beth, that I've been following literally since my 2014 Tinder days. And we matched. We never went on a date. Gorgeous redhead. We never went on a date. But there is no way in hell we're removing each other. The day that we've never liked any of each other's things.
Oh,
but
wow.
She's just there. And
It's
the
so
day that we
interesting.
remove each other, I would actually be like, no, because she was so part of that when I first entered Tinder as a queer person. She's monumental to me. But there are other people that I'm like, why are we still following? And what I thought you were also bringing up is the acquaintances that you still follow just because you have to
I thought it
follow.
could lead into chatting about
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you follow a lot of people by obligation? Because I feel like I do.
Shockingly, because I feel like I would. It would read for me that I'm following a bunch of people just to be nice. I've done pretty good purges over my time.
Yep.
I don't follow. I still follow a number, but there's heaps of people from my high school that I unfollowed. Not because they did anything wrong, but just because I went, we're not really connected anymore. I don't need to see your life updates.
Yep.
And often I'll find like my friends being like, oh my gosh, you like such and such and such and such. This happened. And I'm like, I actually didn't because I don't follow them anymore.
No, I don't follow heaps of people from school anymore.
Yeah.
But I do follow people where I'm very interested to see where their career goes, regardless of what kind of field it's in. But I've got a few people that are back from like the 2014 Tinder days that I'm like, I have like, and then I'll go on their Instagram or they'll pop and I'll go, fuck, they got a haircut. And then I just keep on going on with my day.
There's a thrill and a joy in it.
There is a thrill.
And this is the whole thing that I'm just trying to name. That is like, hope you're well. And I think that's what it's called. It's hope you're well, XX.
Yeah. You know what would be really interesting to see is with Instagram, if it's an app that we continue to use forever, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to play the long game. However, Elon Musk, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, is it Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg? Doesn't even matter. What I was going to say about it is I'll be interested in like 10, 20, 30 years time if they implement a feature that's like you can archive friends from past so you don't see them as much, but they're there in an archive of like, they're people I used to know and I want to just know where they live.
That's a cool
idea. And they
idea.
live in like 3 different little boxes or something. That's probably not something that I can bring up with 1 minute to go, but I just I thought of that because if it's around forever, how we'll kind of
100%.
put them all together.
I wish there was like a filter option to go to filter on Instagram all the people who I've never spoken to or haven't spoken to in years but hope they're well, XX.
And want to keep around. 100%. No, that is a great predicament. I can't believe he said my wife.
My wife, the theatre superstar.
Hey, shoot for the stars, mate.
Shoot for the stars.
Hey, if she's not going to be with Sarah, she'll be with me. So get in fucking line. And
Nothing's ever been
I'm
more true.
bloody hilarious and lanky and fantastic. So get out.
And she looks good in orange and
I
pigtails.
look good in orange. And what do you do, Jeremy? So good.
Baby girl.
Yes.
Shall we launch into...
I get baby girl, you don't, Jeremy. Sorry, that's it.
Shall we launch into a hotline?
I would love to hit our Bring Bitch hotline. Bring Bitch.
I kind of have a question, and you two seem really cool and hot and smart. Hello?
We have the most beautiful, vulnerable write-in
I love this.
from a huge fan of Ratbag, which is so
I'm in
gorgeous.
a perfect mood for vulnerable advice.
Yeah. So here it is. I want to say first, before we even read it, thank you so much to this. This person is really supportive of our stuff and just like, you know, like we've exchanged a few Instagram DMs and stuff. They're just really sweet.
Beautiful.
So thanks for writing in. Here it is.
Gorgeous.
Hey dolls, I've got my bring bitch. So basically I'm gay. Been out since I was 13. I'm
Yep.
currently 17. And well, basically, I've grown up with one of my friends that I've met from school because we did theatre and drama together.
Yep.
Now that we're older and he knows that I'm gay and he had some unanswered questions and some exploration to do. The problem was it was more one-sided and I felt like I was being used. It was very one-sided and he knew that I've liked him since I was 14-ish. So that's a lot of years.
Yep.
He's been one of my best friends for years now and I really want to help him out, but I don't want this to keep on affecting me mentally.
Of course.
We've been on and off, but not in a relationship. I also hate the term friends with benefits. Fair. And he doesn't seem to want any type of relationship with me.
Yeah.
I want to be there for him because I know how daunting exploring your sexuality can be.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do to protect myself and my peace. Any
Okay.
advice?
Yeah. They've almost quasi answered the first part of being like, protect my peace. I was going to say the first thing you need to do, first of all, thank you for writing in. I think there's a way to protect your heart and show up as a friend. And I think there's a way to do both. I've been in situation like that before. I know what it feels like to be the experiment.
Yeah.
And it's
I think a lot of queer people do.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's like you want to be able to give you kind of go, oh, do I just kind of sacrifice this so that they can explore and so that they can figure it out for themselves, but you're your own person. I think there's a way to go to show up and be like, you know what? I'm so down if you're down to watch some queer cinema with you, to unpack, to go to a queer book club together, to chat queer sex.
Go to like youth queer events together to meet other queer people.
Yep. And hey, if it's one of those things as well where this person is scared of, you know, almost like frightening the cat back into the bag and they don't want, because this person is still exploring their sexuality, if they want to white lie and be like, I think we should stop sleeping together. And if it doesn't need to be, because you don't want them to think like, oh, is it because you're not attracted to me? It could be, I'm going on a little bit of a break at the moment. You know, things like that, because you don't want to scare the other person if they go, oh, are you not attracted to me? Well, maybe I'm not gay, because I know those moments.
Or I value you too much as a friend and I don't want to fuck this up.
That's probably a better one. That's I reckon let's go with that one. But yeah, showing up in a friend sense of we can chat queer sex, we can chat queer cinema, queer books. Finding a bigger circle as well. I think this person needs a bigger circle of gay people, but it's fucking hard. It's hard when you're young, when it's unsafe to come out. That's all of that as well. What were you going to say?
And also I think when you're not of age yet as well.
True.
Because it would be easy. I think the easy answer would be like, go to some queer clubs together, go to some queer blah blahs. 17 is really tricky because you can't, like a queer club, for example, or a queer things for like people who are of age is an easy way to be like, oh my God, look at all of these queer people who I can just meet all at once. Yeah, it's way harder when you're young. I totally agree. I think there's a way that you can support your friend's sexuality journey, make him feel so valid, make him feel so seen. While still looking after yourself. And ultimately, my sweet BB, you deserve someone who's going to choose you.
I agree.
And it's like kind of as simple as that.
I think it is so as simple as that. I think you've touched on a really good thing as well with the clubbing of it all. I just want to stick on that for a second. Queer clubbing can be so incredibly valuable and eye-opening and like for me was soul defining when I first went queer clubbing because I went, oh my God, this is a room of people that are like me. And it's so easy to go, yeah, but you could do that in the library or you could do, no.
Nah, it's not
Clubs
the same.
real, and I know that not everyone's into the doof of it all. Clubs are sacred in that sense. I would also really encourage just as like a little side piece of information, because I know I've experienced this myself, to get a little bit vulnerable for 1 second, is I know what it's like as well to be a young queer, to be freshly 18, to be going to the clubs and to be thinking, well, if I like women, then I should like this. And I just want to like warn that person as well that there are some people that go there that they're just a bit too old to be hooking up with the people they're hooking up with. And it's easy to go into these spaces. Both doesn't just happen in the gay community, it happens with lesbians and bisexuals. Making sure you're safe in those spaces and you go with someone that you can latch onto. Don't go alone. I'm not saying this for...
It would be perfect when you turn 18. It would be a perfect thing to go do together.
But I know that feeling of... I remember going out when I was first 18 and going to the clubs with one of my mates, and we ended up, like spending some time. These women weren't older, but I was like, you're just a bit too old to be hanging out with me. But I was going, but I'm a lesbian, so I should be into this.
And these older lesbians want to hang out with me and chat to me, and that means I'm valid.
Exactly. So you need to protect your mate and protect your friends. And if anyone else is listening and sees it out and about, I've just had moments where I've just gone, you're too old to be talking to that person. Leave them alone.
100%.
And unfortunately, even in the queer community, there's creeps. But let's go back to the positives, which I think you brought up a beautiful thing as well of being able to protect your heart and protect the friendship. Do you have any other advice on...
Just that I think maybe by you writing in that question, like trust your gut a bit, I think you already have your answer. I think you kind of know that it's like bothering you, and there are so many brilliant queer people in the world who probably are looking for relationships.
I agree.
I think as well, I think it's not brilliant of your friend, and I get it, it's hard when you don't have heaps of options and you do want to explore your sexuality, but I think it's not ideal of your friend to have known you have pretty big feelings for them and to keep like going. I feel like there could have been a case where maybe this person said, I have feelings, but it's fine. And
Yeah.
and maybe that probably is
Yeah.
what it was.
Maybe
because,
sorry, darling.
No, go.
I was going to say as well, to the person that wrote in, of course, protecting your heart. And like I said before, I find anyone is vulnerable when they're queer because, it's not the norm, right? Hetero is more the norm. So there are those moments where you don't want to scare someone to go, oh, well, then maybe not. I would also avoid using the word like, I don't want to be your experiment, even though that might be what is happening. Using language like that can scare someone that is exploring their queerness to go, oh, yeah, no, you're right. This was just a big experiment and maybe I'm not
probably
gay.
not.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, actually.
Yeah, that would be my next piece
Yeah,
of advice.
I think prioritizing the language around like wanting to maintain the friendship,
Yeah.
if you do want to maintain the friendship, would probably be the most helpful.
Yeah.
Because that will be valuable to him as well.
Yeah.
He won't want to lose that if you're the person who
Yeah.
you can chat about queer things with and you can
Yeah.
explore queer things
Yeah.
together.
I reckon you should both as well. I'm sure that this person might be across it, but if not, if you are from Australia and you're listening, check out -18 because they
Exactly
do
what I was gonna
brilliant.
say.
They have brilliant events, resources, tools, book clubs, queer formals for
Yeah.
queer youth, and the people that run them are cool.
They're
They're
awesome.
cool people that get it, that you can come to. They're a safe house.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. So I'd recommend them. If we've got any other recommendations, we'll put them in the show notes as well.
Yes, 100%.
Or if anyone else has some recommendations that they'd like to comment,
Yeah.
let us know. I'm not across as well now that I'm not queer youth. What kind of cool Facebook? What kind of cool TikTok scribbity scribbit groups exist for queer youth?
Totally.
Got any like book recommendations? Anyone that's been like eye opening for you in your queer journey that
No,
might be a
not
good one to
specifically.
leave on said person's doorstep?
Books wasn't a huge thing for me. I'm trying to think about like if I've ever been in a situation like that or if like
I would say, big piece of advice is finding queer community.
Yeah.
And it exists, and God bless the world of social media.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is right at your fingertips if you want to find it.
and I think hold out for the person who's like in for you 100%.
Yeah.
And in for every part of you, not just in for what you can provide in a discovery space for them.
That was a beautiful write-in.
Wasn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, that was
Thank
lovely.
you so much for writing in.
Yeah.
As always, hotline is always open.
Absolutely.
Hopefully any part of that is helpful. We're obviously not experts on anything.
No.
But it's very sweet to us that you want our opinions or advice on anything.
100%.
And being young and gay is something that we have done.
And it's bloody joyful.
And it's joyful.
Yeah.
Write
we
what
are.
you know.
Case in point, it is bloody joyful. So thank you for writing in.
Thank you.
I am going to pivot the vibe slightly.
I wish you would.
But I know we're all social chameleons in the house of Mel and Sam.
I wish you would.
Babe, it's time for That's Got Legs.
We haven't had a That's Got Legs in a while.
I know. Hit that sting.
I don't think we have a sting for That's Got Legs.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Make it up now. That's got legs. It's got legs.
Okay. New sting alert.
Do you know, I was quasi inspired by, the song Jessie Ware, That Feels Good?
That feels good.
Do it again.
Mel.
Yes.
Lucy. Mel's laughing because I fucked that last intro. So that tail end laugh is when I just doxed everyone's full names in the studio and went, I don't need to give you full names. Did you both know that we are experiencing a worldwide shortage of glitter?
No.
Did you know this? We are experiencing a worldwide shortage of glitter. There are only 2 manufacturing houses that make glitter in the entire world.
What?
There are 2. Do you want to guess where they are?
2 places that make glitter
Two
in the
factories
world.
in the entire world. That's at least documented from my research.
What?
This has blown up on TikTok, and I feel like it was kind of trending for a little bit a while ago. It's had another resurgence, and I went, I have to bring this to you too. Because when you watch a conspiracy theory and you go, oh, I'm a little bit like, whoa, I need to bring this to a friend immediately.
Yeah.
I want you to both guess where you think the factory is. You both just get one guess. It's got nothing really to do with anything.
One in China.
Yep.
And one in Russia.
Luce?
Berlin and America, surely.
They are both in New Jersey. They are
in
both in the States, which is way too close to home. Why are they so close together? That's not the conspiracy. So there is one of them
I have 1,000
that is
questions.
extremely top secret. No one knows anything. I know. No one knows anything about what is going on in that factory.
Top secret glitter factory.
Top secret glitter factory. And the other one is called Glitter X.
Do we know
Now-
why it's secret?
Oh, don't you worry. There was a reporter from the New York Times that went, wait a minute, we're experiencing a worldwide shortage of glitter. It started to get into the news cycle. We're running out of glitter. We're running out of glitter.
All the twinks at Pride were like, what the fuck's going on?
with glitter? Everyone's going, we're running out of glitter. And how the F is glitter made? So a reporter from the New York Times went, no worries, guys. I'm going to try and interview someone at Glitter X and get some answers. However, when they did some digging, unfortunately, we were only left with more questions. It's opened
This is brilliant by you.
glittery can of worms, if you will.
A black hole.
So, a reporter from the New York Times contacted Glitter X, the company, and said, hey, team, do you mind if I can come take a tour? And they said, absolutely not, immediately. And that's fair. Some workplaces are private. They go, we don't need a reporter in here snooping around
Totally.
our business. Absolutely not. But then when the New York, I don't need to say New York Reporter every time, when the reporter asked the manager, okay, well, could you at least just tell me what serves as the biggest buyer of glitter?
Sure.
The manager said, and I quote, no, I absolutely know that I can't. Yeah. She then was taken back. The reporter was like, okay, what's going on here? Like, sure, that's a bit of a weird response, and said, okay, but you obviously know what it is. And the manager replied and said, oh God, yes. And then laughed, and I quote said,
I've just touched the most fucked up.
No. So she laughs and goes, oh God, yes, and laughs again and says, you would never guess what it is. Let's just leave it at that. So then the reporter says,
Never guess what
okay,
it
is there a reason you can't tell me? Just trying to pry a little bit. And the representative comes back and says, because they don't want anyone to know that it's glitter.
So, no, sorry, this is insane.
This is insane.
This is so good by you.
They don't want anyone to know that it's glitter.
Right, so we got to stop for a second.
Please.
And what do we think the they is and what's the it?
That's exactly it. I want to start to do some of our theories. I'll read to the end because I'm nearly
Oh,
done,
no,
and then we
sorry.
can fully unpack.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, not at all. So they don't want to know that it's glitter. So then the reporter said, if I looked at it, would I know that it's glitter? And then the representative said back, no, not really. And then she said, okay, would I be able to see the glitter? And then the reporter said this, and I quote, oh, you would be able to see something, but it's, yeah, I can't. This is a fully documented report from the New York Times.
Agape.
And obviously from that interview alone of being like, they don't want you to know that it's glitter and I absolutely can't take you on a tour, and I can't. It sparked outrage across TikTok because people are going, what the fuck is going on with glitter? What is glitter? Who is the biggest buyer? Because the reporter was saying that it's obviously not someone that we would think it is. So I'm like, who's buying the glitter? Where's
And
it being
what for?
And what for? I want our theories.
Well, so what are there popular theories that people have talked about?
There's theories that it's for the military. There's theories.
That was where my immediate brain went.
There's theories that it's for the military. There's silly theories being like, yes, JoJo Siwa's bought all of it for her party bows.
Yeah.
But everyone is more just left with so many questions because some people are saying that it's all microfiber and plastics that they've condensed down, or it's recycled like old toothbrushes. There's heaps of different theories.
So we don't know. So what is glitter?
No,
Native?
well, if I was to Google
Yeah,
what
I was
is
gonna say,
glitter,
currently-
This is what I was going to ask, because when my mind comes to glitter, it's like there's an arrangement. There's like the fine sand stuff, but there's also
Yeah.
like the chunky
Yes.
sequin bits.
I'm thinking of like that quite fine
stuff.
In my head, I don't know why I've always thought, I haven't got it. This is so good. I've never thought about what glitter is. Or
Yep, I've got the answer here.
Yeah, so can I guess?
Please.
In my mind, it's, and I don't think this is right, but
Yeah.
I've always thought it's like not diced, but like miniature shades of like plastic.
Yeah, you're pretty on.
Yeah.
Glitter is made of the common plastics PET or PVC and coated with aluminium and other synthetic materials to make it reflective.
Yeah, okay.
The thing that I'm really stuck on is how cagey they were as well as to who the biggest buyer of
it's
glitter
bizarre.
is. And I can't for the life of me figure out who is the biggest buyer. And the way that this reporter was like, this representative was so cagey, I'm just left with so many questions.
I literally have to immediately I'm
Please,
just
please,
literally
please.
going to Google it as well because
Please.
I'm so like we can
No,
just,
please do.
Who?
How good is it as a conspiracy?
So that's intense. So that means every glitter we have in Australia is from New Jersey.
There are, at least on the record, 2 known manufacturing houses or factories, Glitter X and another one that is top secret.
Well, this came up immediately. This says
Tell me.
I googled who buys the most glitter in the
Yeah.
world, and it says the US military.
I wonder if that's gotten out since the report.
Yeah, so this says, shall I read it? It
Please.
says, did you know the US military is the largest purchaser of glitter in the world? Glitter was invented because the military went to a precision cutter needing him to cut a piece of mica. He cut the mica, realised, no, this is giving fake. Hold on.
It's giving Reddit. There was also someone was saying in the comments that a lot of boats use it for the glittery part of boats. It's used in like painting boats, I believe. But yeah, I was just more bringing it because I was left with so many questions.
One possible use is to fog the radar like a smoke screen.
Right.
Oh, this is interesting.
Tell me.
Someone said this is on the US military of it all. Going, yes, and it's for... Wait, does anyone know what ballistics means? Because this says, yes, they use it for ballistics, finding pieces, masking projectiles, and evading missile defense systems, interceptions, and similar. So, like, using the reflective surfaces to, like, evade missiles and things. This person says, a relative of mine used it in the 80s. He was in the Marines and told me about it. It wasn't secret or anything, but as a little girl, I always thought it was hilarious, the US military using so much glitter.
There you go.
Crazy.
It was so interesting going down this rabbit hole because this New York Times report went mega viral and then everyone started, there's just those things in your life that you just accept. You're like, glitter's just glitter. But then everyone went, no, wait a minute. Why is it only made in New Jersey? Also,
Why is it only made
there
in New Jersey?
2 factories and the complete caginess has just started this whole debate.
So fascinating.
So, hey, if you're listening or watching on YouTube and you have a theory as to who the biggest buyer of glitter is and they don't want you to know it's glitter, what the fuck that could mean, please let us know because I was left trembling in my boots.
Also, I wonder what would happen. Like, what would happen if, like, let's say a little diva from... got to stop using local references. Like what? A little diva from Sussex, England makes a TikTok being like, guys, I'm going to start a glitter factory. The next day they're like kidnapped. What happens if someone tries to start a glitter factory?
This is what I'm thinking. I don't know.
We should try it.
Hey, we could do something like that. We love glitter. We're glitter vibes. I know glitter's environmentally bad, but I'm also like glitter's fun.
Guys, we're going to make a reel. Full social experiment. We should make a reel and see what happens.
And say we're starting a glitter factory.
If we're not here next week, you'll know why.
And if we start not being able to make full form sentences, we've been infiltrated by glitter. Glitter X.
I did find, I know we need to wrap up. I did just find one thing that really it's more of the same on like the weaponry of it all, which is also wild. It says the US military purchases a significant amount of glitter for various purposes, including camouflage, stealth coatings on fighter jets, and marking assets like nukes. So they're marking it to be like the ones that have glitter on them, blah.
Not the party nuke. Don't like that at all. Sorry.
The military's use of glitter has been shrouded in mystery for years.
Yes.
With manufacturers refusing to divulge information about their buyers.
Yeah.
This really is blowing my mind.
I know.
One theory is that, the military uses glitter for stealth coatings on vehicles and other top secret applications.
Yep.
The military's deep pockets allow them to spend on this expense, making one of them the largest consumers of glitter in the world. The exact details of the military's use of glitter remain classified, but its significant purchases are a matter of public record. So there you go. So we know that it is the US military.
The US military.
But what they're exactly doing with
is
it, that's
cagey. So yeah, I had to bring that to you today because when I watched it, I was like actually shivering in my bed. I was like, this is bizarre.
No, you ate with that one.
Thank you very much. Anyway, do you reckon that's got legs?
It's got massive legs. Massive legs. Also, I can't wait.
It's got stilts.
I can't wait to start our glitter company and get kidnapped in the night, and then we'll know for certain.
Glitter rat.
Why the only 2 factories are in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
That's why.
And with that, we got to hit it to it. No, we don't. We got to kick on.
Yeah.
Babe, my kick-on's question is simple.
Tell me.
You did an absurd one recently. Yeah. I'm actually going for one that's just a lot more simple.
Love that.
All right. Here it is. Mel O'Brien.
Yeah.
And I know you so well. And this one for our listeners as well, I reckon it might be quite divisive. Brilliant, mind-blowing sex, pretty solid chats for the rest of your life, or brilliant, mind-blowing chats, pretty solid sex. It's good, isn't it?
That's a really good question.
Because I know you, and I'm assuming our listeners, sex is brilliant. I know some people might be listening that are asexual. I apologise that we are going to be talking about sex. However, conversation is everything to you, my girl. But so is sex.
I could actually cry. I think I've just felt tears.
Oh, no.
Well in my eyes. I feel upset at the thought of it.
This is what we always do in our kick-ons because we take it seriously. We have to remember, these flowers are fake. We're sitting in a room with a set.
Fake.
This is not a lounge room. It's a set, everyone.
I'm so upset at the thought of having to say goodbye to mind-blowing sex, and I'm so upset at the idea of having to say goodbye to brilliant conversation.
Talk me through your thought process.
Do you know what it is?
Tell me.
I've got it.
Yep.
It's this. It's brilliant sex is a conversation. Whoa.
Oh, God. That's the hit it, Toots. No, it's not. It's never that. It's not going to be that, I promise.
I can't believe I just said that out loud. No, but do you know what I mean? I'm like, it's such a major form of connection. That I'm like, fuck. Oh.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't get, wait, is it, hold on. I have questions.
Please.
There's always questions.
There's always.
Is it, I never get to have brilliant conversation with anyone ever again, or just my partner?
No, everyone.
Right.
But it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Nah, I couldn't do that. Shocking for me. I would go with pretty good sex.
Pretty good sex.
Remarkable conversation.
Mind-blowing conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would be the same. But it's a shitty one to answer.
Do you get to orgasm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. So sometimes you're not.
Okay,
every now and again you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm picking that. I'm picking brilliant connections, brilliant conversations.
Yep.
But all right, sex. Oh,
I know it's
You're
hard.
the same?
I think I'm the same.
Yeah,
as
there's
well.
no way you could. I think if it was for partner only, no, that's crazy. Even if it was partner, I was going to say maybe if it was, we're just talking about partner and not with everyone.
Yep.
I would go, maybe I could get my chat connections elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then go to my
your sex doll.
my concubine.
Oh, we've gotten way too comfortable. Sarah, you're valid. Lucy, what would be your answer?
I'd be the conversations to it.
Yeah.
It's with one person or it's everyone?
Yeah, no, it's everyone.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing, you're just having orgies on the streets. Like, fuck, I'm doing mind-blowing sex with everyone. It's a hard one.
That's a good
It's a hypothetical.
one.
Let us know in the comments your answer. Or if you're like, I'm not going to comment on a public forum, I'd rather have mind-blowing sex under my username with a cat emoji. You don't have to do that.
Do a little soldier
Do a little
instead.
soldier.
Do a little
There's always
soldier.
the light version, isn't there? LITE. Hey, we have to wrap up the
Support light of the
Support
pod.
light.
Support hard.
Shop local.
Is writing a comment being like, girls, this was a brilliant episode. Here's exactly what I loved about it. Support light is commenting a soldier
emoji. Any engagement's good engagement. And with that, we're going to keep you engaged with this riveting Hit It Toots.
Singing is not annoying, and everything is better as a song.
If you're new to the pod, Hit It Toots is a segment where we do the coolest genre ever, musical improv. But we're in cute fits, so it cancels out. Fuck you. What's the genre we've got, Luce?
I reckon today we'll go for like a poppy jazz Remember?
Poppy jazz.
So we're little soldiers.
Poppy jazz musical number for the little soldiers.
So for the little, we're just, I don't even need to ask questions. Why don't we just do
Why don't we just do?
Poppy soul fucking jazz? Eat your heart out.
Do we need anything else? Or that's,
I was thinking as well, the guy that wants to be you to be his wife, but maybe that's a bit
Oh yeah,
self-indulgent.
maybe you do him and I'll be a little soldier.
I'd love to be him.
Great.
Day one.
Day
Okay.
one. You can start, babe.
I will.
I wish you would.
She's on the stage. Her name is Mel, and I got her off the page. We matched on Tinder. She was a cool gal. I got my dream board, my amazing gal. Her name's Mel, and we're dating. She's a star. Wait, who's over there?
A tin hat, Mel and Sam, my two favourite slots.
A tan hut. Gonna take Mel to a hut for our date night. Cause she's my favorite girl, and here's the soldier.
A 1, 2, 3, 4, hut, 2, 3, 4, hut, 2, 3, 4. God, I love Ratbag so much. Attention to the sergeant, attention to the soldier. I love this podcast. You can look at my shoulder, but you can't. I'm in a uniform, cunt. But you can't. I'm in a uniform, cunt. Got little brass buttons on my little uniform. Got a tall furry hat and boots up the storm.
I said to Mel, I'm cheering from the sidelines. Now we're walking down the aisle. Got a ring on her finger. There's Sam. Wait, she's interrupting the wedding. What's going on here? Sam says that she's the most eligible bachelor. She shoots me in the head with a glitter cannon. Wait, that's from the US military. That's fucking wild.
That's a bit of me, cause I'm a soldier. Glitter, glitter, glitter on the cannons and the rifles. Gotta quantify the cannons and the rifles. Gotta quantify the cannons and the rifles. Gotta quantify the cannons and the rifles. When you're scared, you can be a little soldier, and you're coming a little itty bitty soldier.
When you're down in the middle quantify the rifles.
When you're a little soldier.
Oh, we quantify with my disciples.
Yeah, I got my furry hat. I want to sport Mel and Sam. I'm gonna comment a little soldier emoji. They gotta know what it's for, cause I love her, and I love her, and I love them.
And I love Mel more than you, little soldier. Me
Hot,
and
2,
Mel.
3, 4.
Quantify the rifle. How the hell do you sell that to anyone as a moment that happens in a podcast? Quantify. What do the girls do? Oh, they sing. They said quantify the rifle. There's just nothing more. If you're not watching on YouTube, I'm sorry you're missing out. Because in the Hit It Toots, I'm sitting there waving my arms around like those fucking inflatable things in a car dealership. And then Mel starts going, hot, 2, 3, 4, like fully in character, like marching soldier.
That was a brilliant one.
That was
if you
really
don't
good.
comment a little soldier after this episode, you literally hate us, because I just said quantify the rifle more times than I'm proud of.
And I threw in disciple, and that's just fucking cringe as. Guys, thank you for listening to another Ratbag. This has been so much fun. I have the
So
best
much
time
fun.
in my life doing this with you.
Me too, gorgeous.
And we're just so stoked that people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
If you want to find out more about us, go to the Mel and Sam on our Instagram and on our TikTok. We also post comedy sketches and other things that you won't see in this pod. Yeah. It's not all just promo. We promo-so. Promo-so.
Yes, if you have something that you want to send into the hotline, please do. If you want it to be totally anonymous as well, it's always anonymous. We're never going to say your name. But you can also send an email if it's a longer thing. You can send it in voice memo form, whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
It's always open. We'll see you for a Ratfood on Thursday.
Yes, you will.
And that's all I have to say on the matter.
We love you so much.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
This is a Grouse House podcast.
Mel and Sam would like to acknowledge that this podcast was created and recorded on stolen land.
The original custodians of this land have had a rich history of storytelling for over 65,000 years, and we pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, whose land we are making Ratbag on.
Treaties were never signed, sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land.